Morning you guys, it's Karen, and I thought I would come and do my last empties of 2021. It's only a small empties, but I thought once I've got this out the way, I can probably come and start doing the 2021 favourites. But I wanted to ask you guys what you expect when you're watching videos, because I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, and I'm never sure whether people are expecting to see things that I've discovered in 2021 or just my overall favourites of 2021. Do you want something for each category, like, you know, do 2021 makeup and go through each category and say I don't have a favourite for this, but this is my favourite foundation, something like that? I don't know. Let me know what you expect when you're watching the 2021 favourites, and I will try and adapt that to the video I do. So I'm just going to get stuck in here because I can see there are quite a few things that are very similar. In fact, I've got a lot of doubles. So I've got two of my Belly No Rinse Micellar Water by Amazon, and I've got two of the micellar water from B Superdrug. That's Superdrug Be Pure range, I think it's called. And I still love all these. Obviously, I keep on using them up. These have got, that's got a different top because I also like the Yester Cucumbers. Actually, that doesn't make sense because that has a pump on it. Oh no, the Yester Cucumbers is here. Do you know what? I don't know why it's got another top on it. I don't know what's happened there. Maybe because I was decanting some. I've given some to my husband to use on his eyes because he's got eczema and you need to clean them before you put this stuff on. Anyway, there's also Yester Cucumbers micellar water in here. This is probably my number one favourite. Second would be this, and then these are my kind of, I guess you would say ride or die, just because they're the least expensive and I still really like it. I wish I smelled of cucumber like the other two do. So for those of you that don't know, I'm sure everybody knows, but I just use these almost like a toner, but I'll use it in the morning over my eyes and face just for that kind of refresh, take anything off from overnight, and in the evening I'll either take my makeup off in the shower or in bath, or I will take it off with some kind of oil, and then I go over with this to take the residue of that off. Okay, should we try and stick to skincare? I've got this is their Lacura Vitamin C Serum. This is the, I think it might be an ethylated vitamin C. It's definitely not an ascorbic acid. I think this is limited edition anyway, this range, but I wouldn't buy this again, and there's still some left in it. It feels really nice, but I think I mentioned when I reviewed this that it has castor oil in it, and I have read that some people their skin gets clogged up with castor oil. I have never noticed it, but I don't know how many things I've used with castor oil. But I did notice I had two lumps, actually both in the same place but either side of my nose. So I got one firstly on this side, and then that one went away, and I got one another on the other side here, the sort of crease of my nose. Now when you get hormonal breakouts, or when I get hormonal breakouts, they're sort of on the right side of my chin, so I know that they're not hormonal. They're normally something where my skin is a bit clogged, you know. And this is the only thing. I looked through everything, I was like, I think it's this, and since not using it I haven't had any more lumps or spots under the skin. Actually, that's not true. I've got a tiny one on top of my lip, but it's just a little one, so I don't know if it was this, but I'm just in case. It's very, very inexpensive, so I'm not going to use the rest of that up, and I probably wouldn't repurchase. Skincare, I've got the Elta MD Broad Spectrum SPF 41. I used that up. I did really enjoy this. It's not one I'll repurchase unless it became really easily available in the UK, because it was quite expensive to buy, more expensive than it would be for those of you that can get it outside of the UK. But also it's tinted, and I'm back to preferring a non-tinted SPF most of the time, just because it means I can put it down on my neck and not worry about it getting on clothes and whatnot. So not an immediate repurchase for me. Another SPF I finished, I really did enjoy this and I would repurchase this. It's the Ombre Soleil Super UV Anti-Dark Spot Anti-Pollution SPF 50. Actually, I can't remember if this has got, did it have oxalate in it or something like that? I would check the ingredients next time I used it, but I'm not going to run out and buy it just now because this is an SPF 50. So this is one I would use in the summer because it's very, very thin, sits really well under makeup, but is non-tinted and is a reasonable price. You know, this is probably my best recommendation for a drugstore SPF is this one. Oh, I'm just using up all my SPFs. I forgot I was doing that. This is the one that used to be my number one. It's the Australian Gold Mineral Lotion SPF 50. Yes, SPF 50. This one is tinted. I'd loved this for a long time, and when I first used it, I remember coming and reviewing it and saying to you guys, I don't know what some of you guys had an issue with. You felt that it was too sort of cakey and it felt too thick and your skin didn't feel nice, and I loved it. I felt that it went matte and it was a great base for makeup, and whenever I used this I felt like my makeup looked great on top of it. However, I suddenly then started experiencing what a lot of you guys were talking about, and I was like, all of a sudden it just felt too thick under my makeup. So I don't know why. I guess it's just, obviously my skin is changing. I'm going to be 50 in 2022, and so it will be something to do with that, but I just didn't enjoy this as much as I always used to. The other thing that happened is I wore this and got, not burnt, but I could see all my freckles come through, and I know that it's not a sunblock and you would need to wear, you know, cover yourself to completely do that, but there are other sunscreens I can wear for longer in the sun, because I wasn't out for that long that day. You know, we had a few really hot days here in Scotland, few hot weeks, and I don't come back with freckles and, you know, heat in my cheeks and whatnot, and so yeah, that one that put me off as well, so not a repurchase. This is the Q+A Peppermint face wash, definitely a repurchase for me. I absolutely adore this, and I'm really missing having it because it smells like peppermint. It's been sitting in here for a while, and I've bought quite a few cleansers, like facial wash cleansers, to try out, but I am definitely going to repurchase this. If I see it next time in Boots, I will pick it up, because I noticed they do the range now, and it's just so refreshing, and I love the scent, and it always makes my skin feel nice and clean, but it doesn't make it feel tight or anything. I can't use it to take off my eye makeup or anything, but I use this as my sort of second cleanse if I'm taking my makeup off in the shower, and I really like it. This is an eye cream. This is the Smart Hydra Shot Gel by Kiko. It was very nice, but you know me and eye creams, I can't really be bothered unless I like how it feels, like I do with the Nyod Fractionated Eye Contour Concentrate. So I used this one up, and it was really nice to use, but not enough for me to go, I need another eye gel. You know, I didn't notice a massive amount of difference, enough for me to want to repurchase it. That's everything for skincare. I've got one random item here, which is the Revolution Pro Hygiene Solid Brush Cleanser, which you can see is still there. I've tried and tried and tried, and it is nowhere near as good as using a liquid detergent. So I just kept on, I was cleaning one brush and I was like, this is ridiculous. Put it in there, swirl it around, put it on I use a silicone glove, you know, and it was just taking forever. So this to me wasn't very good. So I'm not going to continue using something that isn't very effective. Okay, I've got two hair things. I used this up, the Alpecin Caffeine Shampoo. This is C1. I don't know why this is C1. I think there are other versions of this, but this is really good. I really like this, and I really do feel like it helps in hair loss, and that's something I will be keeping a real eye on now I'm on the Maverick injection, because that is a side effect that some people experience, is hair loss. You have to leave this on for, I think it's a minute or 2 minutes, something like that, which I don't find a big deal. But what I've noticed is if I'm using this every third shampoo, and by the third shampoo, I've noticed I can see more hair coming out when I'm brushing my hair, more hair just coming out on its own, you know, all over my clothes, etc. So I am definitely finding this effective. I've got the Plantar 39 one, so I'm going to try that one, and then I'll probably just buy this one again. I actually really like the feel of it, and as a shampoo it almost feels like a deep cleansing shampoo, but it doesn't, your hair doesn't feel squeaky after using it or anything. You know how I used to like that with the Tresemme one, but neither does it feel tangly, so I do really like that as a shampoo. Then this is the Mark Hill Extreme Root Lift Volume Spray. And the only reason it's in here, because there's pretty much a full bottle left, is I'm doing that thing again where I'm going through my many hair products. I don't think I've ever achieved my goal of reducing them down, because as soon as I reduce down a product or two, I'll buy something else. I've always been obsessed with hair products. But this is not extreme root lift for me. It gives me some volume. It definitely gives me some volume, but I've got other products that I can use, like my Aveda one, like the 5-in-1 by PhD, that give me a lot more volume, and so I'm done with that one. Okay, everything else is makeup, and the first thing I'm looking at and thinking, I can't remember why this is in here. It's the Flower Beauty Light Illusion concealer. It's a doe foot, which I liked. I think I liked how this applied, and I liked this colour, but I noticed it creasing. I think that's the case because I noticed that with a few of them. I was like, oh, when I look really close up, it's definitely creasing into my lines more than others. And that's what happened for me with this one, unfortunately. I know a lot of people swore by that concealer. But this is a new foundation. Well, actually, is it new? Is it? I don't know that it's new, so scrap that. It's the Stay Perfect foundation in Cool Vanilla by number 7. So I knew my colour in it, and I think I'd tried the Stay Perfect foundation before. I think I've tried all of their foundations. But I really like the Hourglass stick foundation, but of course it's majorly expensive and I won't ever repurchase that. And I thought this might be something like it, but I put this on and this is horrible. On my skin, it was just horrible. It didn't even look that good when I first put it on. It's really convenient using it in a stick, but this just looked, you know, it looked like you had foundation on. It just looked kind of cakey, and it just got worse as time went on. So that was a big no. What else have I got in my hand here? Oh, this is another number 7 product, actually. This is ironic because these are both Stay Perfect range, and this one didn't stay perfect even a little bit. I loved this colour. I thought that was really nice. It's a liquid eyeshadow, this one. Stay Perfect. So it's supposed to stay on all day. I tried this with a primer, an eye primer, and without an eye primer, and in both cases there was a line in my crease. I don't know how long, but by the afternoon, certainly, you know, if I put it on in the morning, by the afternoon there was a line where there was no shadow on, you know, where it all sort of gathered. So that really did not work for me at all, and that happened with a primer and without a primer. So these two Stay Perfect items did not stay perfect at all. This is the Pomade in a Pencil by Too Faced. I actually really enjoyed this, and I can't get another single bit out of it. It does sort of still work, but it's sort of a bit scratchy, you know, it's not good enough to use on my brows. And I really liked this colour as well. What colour is it? Soft brown. Soft brown seems to be what I'm buying in a lot. Oh, I've managed to turn it up a bit more there, so I might use the rest of that. But yeah, I did actually really enjoy this. I didn't think I would because it's thicker, and I like the micro brow ones, but just after you get into a rhythm, I need to be a bit more patient perhaps with products, because after I got into a rhythm with this, I just found myself using it every day, and that's when a product is successful for me, because, you know, if it gets on my nerves or it's not working, I'll just fling it in here and find something else. But this is pretty much used up. I've got, these are 3 more fails, unfortunately. This is the XX Revolution eyeliner in black. I'm always trying to find an eyeliner that stays in the waterline. I do have one. It's the one by Milk Makeup, but it's really expensive, and it's something that uses up pretty quickly. I use it most of the time when I'm doing my eye makeup, and so I'm always looking for a drugstore version. So this is the Revolution XX. It's a lovely soft pencil, went beautifully in my eyeline, in my waterline, did not stay well at all. Like, it just looked like I'd been crying after, I don't know, an hour or two. It's funny because it looks like it's staying in my hand there. Oh no, it's come off. But yeah, did not work at all. This one I thought was really good. It's a limited range, but it's one of those eyeliners with a sort of felt nib. And, you know, I used it the first few times and thought, oh no, it's quite nice. But I noticed after the first few uses, I've just put that on and rubbed it off without even showing you, because I was thinking, what use is it going to be to you to see a black line? Like, how is that going to help you? I noticed with this, it bleeds. You know, you put it on and you can, I mean, nobody's going to see that. That's the only thing I was thinking. Why are you so bothered? Nobody's going to see that close up. Even in a video, I don't think you would see that it bleeds, but it's just one of those things that bothers me. You know, I like to have a really crisp line on my eyeliner, and this gave me a crisp line, but with almost as if you'd buffed out the edges, you know. So if you like that effect, you might like this, because it was actually really hard to remove. So it stayed on perfectly, and it was good for doing the whole eyelid and the flick, because I often use different ones. But this was good for both of them. But yeah, I didn't like that it sort of blurred, the edges blurred. And then finally, this is the NYX Ultimate. I think I showed you this in a haul. It's the Shadow and Liner Primer. And I remember saying to you, oh, I didn't know it was a, you know, you can use it underneath. And I thought, you can use any eye primer underneath your eyes. It doesn't need to actually say on it, you know, it's just something I had never thought about doing. Mostly because I never get anything sort of dropping down underneath that I put underneath. And today I think I can see a little bit coming under there. But anyway, this is just, I liked that it was a doe foot. I liked everything about this except that it didn't hold my eyeshadow all day long as good as my other ones do. There was some creasing and I could start to see that sort of line in the crease, so not good for me. The NYX are very, very hit and miss for me. There's not very many hits I've got from NYX. Of course, I did love my liquid liner, but they don't do it anymore. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you're enjoying the run up to Christmas. I hope you enjoy Christmas. I don't know when I'll get this edited because not anything to do with my head actually, more to do with I've got so much going on, so many things to get done. We've got people coming around for Christmas dinner and we're going away for a long weekend beforehand, and I've got lots of appointments and things like that. You know, it's just kind of crazy, and the usual getting Christmas things posted and getting Christmas things wrapped and that kind of thing. And I've not even done my Christmas shopping, food shopping. I will list all of my makeup in the description for you, and I will speak to you again soon.